As one day special finishes, another one has just begun. It's the lowest It never gets old. It's the lowest ever price. You will see this iron. It's an iron with many features, as you can see. You let go of the iron, it raises off your garment automatically. It's got a touch active handle. It's also got an anti-drip design as well, so no more getting your garments wet. Absolutely everything you could wish for in an iron is now available for £40 on 3 flexible payments. A £30 saving is what you're getting.
For me, this is the biggest development in an iron since they went electric, really.
You grip it and it goes down to your material.
It's got a little touch-sensitive handle there and on the underneath, and as soon as it feels your hand, it drops. There doesn't need to be any pressure on it. It just literally needs to be the touch of your hand, and it'll drop. And what that does, that stops you scorching any of your projects.
And there is so much more I'm going to tell you about this iron. Hayley's here, I'm here. We've got the lowest ever price on an iron, I think, on the market. 161232 is your item number, and it's all about to get a little steamy. Yes, indeed. There is so much you can do with these projects, and it's been redesigned, you could say, for quilters and sewers in mind now.
Absolutely. It was designed with sewers in mind, but the features on it are so brilliant that it would be a kind of an across-the-board job. So we've shown you very briefly there what it does, and the main feature of it is the fact that once you stop ironing, the little feet pop out and it raises up, so it protects it. Whatever you're working on, it won't burn anything. So we're going to go from scratch, out the box, what you're getting. So you're getting your instructions. You're getting your iron. Oh no, this was a bad idea.
we didn't prep this box.
No, we didn't. Oh, there we go, out the box. So you're getting your iron. You are getting that will come off. That is just to protect the plate while it's in transit. So you'll see there are lots and lots of steam holes in that plate, which means it directs the steam more evenly than traditional irons would, where you've usually got 2 or 3 big holes. You have also got, that's where your little front foot pops out, and that's that whole bit at the back for stability. That's where that pops out to stop that scorching as well. On the top, this is really important as well. With most irons, that's just saying, you know, if there's any water in the tank initially, it's just saying because they've tested it before they've sent it out. Normal irons, I'm going to go and get the normal iron actually. If you wiggle, have a wiggle.
So with normal irons, this normally only goes up and down. So or nowhere, because normally you just lift your iron up and you stand it on its end, don't you? But with this, because you can now leave it vertically, as it were, horizontally. See the old one, it only goes up and down.
No side to side, only up and down.
But with this, because you've got that ball system on there, I keep forgetting this is turned off.
Yeah, that one's turned off. We're all right with that one.
All the way around. Now, because your iron stands this way and the legs will raise up, you can now take it where you want to go. So no more, once again, lifting it up and down.
And that's the whole reason it's been designed, is to be kind of more ergonomic and easier on the wrists and things, because it pops itself up. You don't have to keep doing that. Now, it is a little bit heavier than it's about the same weight as a normal iron. I would say it's a little bit heavier than some of the cheaper irons, but that means you're not having to put as much pressure, as much weight on it to iron in the first instance. But this is another amazing feature of this iron.
Look
Keep
at
going.
the cord.
Keep
so
going.
you've got more or less around twice the length of a normal,
so hang on.
everyday.
That's everyday iron it. That one's on. Be careful.
Oh, that one's on. So, you take them, I'll hold them up.
There you go.
So we'll keep going, we're still going.
This is how much extra. So you can have the extra bit.
So it is double.
Just about.
So from there,
hang on, let's back it over. Back it over, back it over, back it over.
Double. Let's call it double.
Double.
Double, apart from that much. So it's double than that. So you're doubling the cord length. So now you could plug this on one side of the room if you're crafting on the other side of the room.
Well, it's not that. I think it's more about you plug it into a wall. Say it's a kitchen like this. You've got the ironing board in the middle. You've plugged it in over there. By the time you've got to the other end of the ironing board, you're proper struggling to get all the way to the end. This is just giving you double that length, which is such a sensible thing to do. Should have been done years ago.
No, that is true as well.
Such a sensible thing.
So it's freestanding.
Yep.
Have you got steam in this?
You have got steam in this. You've got 3 different steam settings, and you also fill it from the side. So there's no more kind of tipping it on the end, having a kind of dribbly mess, trying to pour it so it hits the hole. None of that anymore. It actually comes with its own kind of filling spout. So all you've got to do, the jug is also kind of done perfectly so it fits. So all you do is hit it even close, and it's going to go in there without any dribbles and any mess. So you've got all of the features you'd have on a normal iron. You've got your steam, you've got your kind of spray on the front. Yeah. You can horizontal steam, you can also vertical steam which for clothes as well. You can have consistent steam going all of the time, or you can put it on bursts as well. So you've got all of your kind of regular iron features, but with that brilliant smart iron technology which raises it up to stop you having the repetitive kind of strain of lifting up and lifting down. And if you're doing a lot of small seams, like if you're doing a quilt, absolutely brilliant.
It really is.
And it just never gets old.
And there is so much. You've also got, though, you've got the on and off button at the back as well. So if you did want to turn it off, but it has got an auto shut off function. After 8 minutes, the iron will shut off. So this is the one that's not on. But if we show you the one that is on.
Yes, so this is the one we were using over there. The cord is so long.
We can now get it all the way over here.
You can bring it all the way over here. And again, you just put your hand on it to drop it, and then it pops itself back up.
Look at that. So it's also got that anti-slip as well.
Yes, it has. We'll do that on the board. But this has been, I think, the biggest development in irons in the last kind of 30, 40 years. It's amazing.
It really has. And you could be getting this home today for £40 today across 3 interest-free flexible payments or a one-off payment of £119.99. You are saving £30 is what you're saving for an iron that will go with you, well, for years. This will really go.
It comes with a 2-year warranty on it, and if you wanted to use it as a normal iron, you can actually turn it to off on the back there, so you can have it. You can select it to have it on or off.
I am loving this feature.
But look, feel the bench though, because that's been on its little feet. The bench isn't hot.
It's not. It's warm, but it's not hot like you've left your iron down. So if you are one of them, the phone rings and you forget to pick your iron up, you're good to go because it's going to lift it off.
Even if you left it like this and you went out, this has an 8-minute shut off. So if it hasn't been used, hasn't been touched on the handle for 8 minutes, it will close down completely.
It will, and it will also stay on those feet as well. We're busy across the board. The best thing to do, there's so much on this show. Jump to the website as well. We've also got a load of quilting accessories on the website as well. It's the best thing to look at on there. So really do look at your website. Your scissors on there, your rulers on there, everything you will need. We're really going to go to town and show you all the demonstrations on this iron as well. If you have any questions, please do drop us a line, studio@hochanda.com. But let's get back to demonstration.
Okay, so I've got just a quilt that we're kind of halfway through working here, and this one was made out of poplin, so poplin can crease quite badly. So I'm going to add some water. Now to do that, it's got a side fill on it, so that just pops open, and I'll turn it a little bit sideways so you can see. There you go. It's actually got a little kind of filling spout. The width of the spout on here is the same width. I'll just turn it around a little bit more so you can see. There you go. It's the same width as the jug that you get. So it actually works absolutely perfectly. It's got a tank, I would say, almost double the size of a normal iron. It takes an awful lot of water because you can have a look there. If I put it on the back, I've put a jug full in there.
You're not even halfway through.
And it's barely halfway up. It's not even kind of looking on the side where the max line is, so the maximum fill is there. I'm not even close. So you can get an awful lot of water into there.
So no more spilling the water onto your ironing board,
no more spilling the water
anymore.
So I've got this set to no steam because there's a little switch on the top there. So we can pop that up, and then also on the front, that's your dial to change your kind of heat settings.
So what have we got
for your different fabrics? So you've got your standard, you've got your synthetics, your things like your polyesters, your fleeces, things like that. Just need to put it down. There you go. You've got your polyesters, fleeces, anything that's got a polyester or a plastic content in it. That you want to do on your synthetic. And then your next step up are your wools and your silks, so your slightly more kind of delicate fabrics. And then your last setting there is your linen and cotton. And that as you can hear it clicking round, you've got loads of like kind of different in-between levels that you can adjust it to exactly what you need. Now, because I've put that onto steam, I've only put it onto the first level. That's giving me a constant steam now.
It's only giving you constant steam when you put your hand on the handle.
Only when I put it on. But if I did want to use it for steaming garments that were hanging up, I can absolutely, I mean, that's only on the first level. Let me put it right the way up.
And that
it's producing, you can't see, I'm going to go sideways, see if you can see it more.
That goes a fair way as well.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want to get you there.
That's all right. So it only activates your steam once you've got your hand on the handle. So if you've got that constant steam running, it won't constant steam until you put your hand on. So if you need to leave the room, you know you haven't got to think about the steam.
Phone's gone, I pop it to the side. I mean, to be honest, I don't even need to pop it to the side. I could leave it there and off I go, because those little feet will pop up. You can see the steam stops completely now. And then as soon as I put my hand back on,
you're good to go again.
Everything reactivates and off we go again.
And it's not that long time wake-up time either. It's instant steam, so it's not a wake-up.
I mean, the other thing is, I mean, you can spend a lot of time, you know, doing the quilts and things. And I've done it myself. I've done a project that I've spent a lot of time on. And then what I've done is something's happened and I've gone off and sorted that out. And then I've come back and it's only been minutes. I mean, it doesn't have to be long with thin cottons and things. Because obviously, usually you've got your iron on a higher setting with cottons and things. It doesn't take long, and you can burn it.
We've had an email in from Sue saying she's got one of these irons. She paid a lot more money for this, and she absolutely loves it. Remember, today you are only paying £40. £40 today to get it home and give it a go. And then you've got 2 more interest-free payments of £40 as well. So 3 in total, £119.99. 161232 is your item number. If you are just channel hopping though and you're thinking, well, I don't make quilts, I don't do that, just clothes in general. Because of the way the point design as well at the front, we'll talk about this in a minute in more detail, but you can get more material now into your iron. So you know them delicate bits around your buttons? So you've got all your buttons around there. This has been unplugged, just so you know.
Yes, I've unplugged that one. But what also, you're going to prevent this.
Yeah, look at that. How many times do you have to rub that on the ironing board before you do anything? You do that one shirt and you think, never. I got an excellent tip
about paracetamol for that today. Apparently, tweezers and half a paracetamol. Who was the lady in the green room?
From Rowendine.
For Rowendine?
Was that? No, that wasn't the Rowendine lady
Katrina.
you were chatting to.
No, my friend Elaine.
John's friend Elaine.
John's friend Elaine, a paracetamol on your iron cures its headache. Oh, look at that though.
If I show you this is traditional iron, and you can see it's coming up to that kind of the little dots that are on the salve edge there. That's how much I can get in there if I had, say, something like a pocket, something like a turn-up on trousers, something like a cuff or a collar. If I wanted to do that with this...
Look at that.
I mean, that's like 3 times as far in.
You've got a 5 centimetre gap under there. So you really can now get in that pocket, go around those buttons if you want to. 5 centimetres on your traditional iron, you're talking...
I'll bring it back. Yeah, well, the traditional iron, you're looking about this. So you're looking about centimetre, maybe half an inch max. But now you're getting 2 inches with this one. You're getting all of the way in there. So let me just See, that was a bit stiffer. It would go in a bit easier. But there we go.
5 centimetres is what you're getting, so you can go all the way in. Remember, you've got your steam on there, the 3 different steam settings. You've also got your different settings for your different materials that you're using as well. And it's got that auto anti-slip as well, which I think anti-slip is amazing on an
so
iron.
I'm just going to move that out of the way so I can show you. So this iron is on as well, and obviously the feet have raised up. The steam's cut off because the iron is currently not active because I'm not holding it. But then...
Look at that.
Non-slip.
A
pretty good, isn't it?
non-slip iron. I love
You love
this
it.
iron.
Do you want to do some ironing, Adam?
I love this iron.
Do you want to do some ironing?
You walked into the studio a minute ago and go, no, I am just playing with the iron. I was standing there just playing away. 10% of the stock has already gone. We have a vast amount of stock as well, and 10%.
After
can
you.
I really?
Yeah, go on.
10% has all. Oh my word. And it's a good sturdy iron as well.
That's the thing. Because you now don't have to keep lifting it up and putting it on its end, they've been able to make it that little bit, maybe it's not a huge amount heavier. I mean, we're talking maybe another couple of 100 grams. It's still light. Oh yeah, it's still light enough to use, but they've made the base plate that little bit more sturdy, which means that you're not having to put any pressure on, because that's one of the things that always did me in with ironing is, as a short person, ironing boards are not meant to be my height. So yeah, I find I was always like, you know, shoulder up, having to push down like that. You don't have to do that with this because you're just having to go side and side. It's a little bit heavier than an average one, but the steam function on it is amazing.
Oh, it really is. And it glides as well. It really does glide over your material. It's not jarry. It's not. You haven't really got to put your back into these anymore.
The thing I will say is it takes you a while to get out of the habit of that.
Yeah, that is true.
You've got to trust the iron.
Because you keep thinking, as long as it's turned on the back, so long as you've got it on the iTouch on, it will constantly, wherever you hold it, will constantly stand up. So you haven't got to keep...
You haven't got to keep doing that, and if you leave it more than 8 minutes, it will turn itself off. I mean, these are bits that I've had where there have been accidents in the past.
Oh, no.
But if that's once you finished a quilt, that's devastating.
You see the iron mark just here where my little finger is? So you may imagine you've spent months making this quilt. You do a little bit each night, you do tiny little squares in the evening, you give it the one last press, and that's what you do to it. Yes. Oh, you'd be mortified.
Because you haven't been paying attention.
You'd be mortified.
Or you're trying to get a stubborn crease out. That's the other reason. I know.
Oh, dear.
That is the ironing board from the green room, and you can see there have been accidents in the past.
But once again, if they had this sort of technology, as you can see, the iron goes down. If I lift the iron up, I know you don't have to, but you can see where them feet are. So you really can see, and if you hold it, so you can see them go in and out. So now that gives you your non-slip, it gives you your grip that's on there.
Absolutely. And the other thing is, if you've got more delicate fabrics, like that's an organza, which is a polyester-based fabric, and you can probably see the iron mark around it, and then, and this is the other thing, the other irons have, basically the steam comes out the centre, as you can see there, because that's where the heat is. The heat on this is more even. It's all over the place, and you're not going to get that problem.
Which means, then, if it's even, it means your iron is really gliding on a cushion of air.
It's going to take less time. If it's a more even heat.
Oh, I've done this many a time.
Yeah, on a fleece. Again, it's a polyester, so if you're not careful with the fleece and you haven't got the temperature right, then and you leave it too long, that is exactly what's going to happen. Whereas this, with having the little feet, I'm going to iron a bit of fleece. Why not? Why the devil not?
So you being a quilter and a sewer in the profession that you do,
yes.
Why would you say this was good for those techniques rather than your normal?
Just never gets old, Adam, does it?
We all just stand there like this. We all just keep watching it time and time again. So why would you say this would be this would be the one for you?
So for a quilter, and it's lovely and warm. I should have maybe turned that down a touch more, but there you go. Nothing. Where, however, the bottom here, lovely. You can see
the
where all
the
the steam marks are as well.
I And remember, because the steam, once again, on the sole plate is throughout, it does glide on that cushion of steam. So you're not putting your shoulders into it anymore, you're not putting your back into it anymore if you're doing your ironing. Especially if you go to your iron often when you do your seams.
Well, that's it.
That is the main...
When you're doing a quilt, what you'll find is you're ironing little and often.
Yeah.
So I know I do this. I will leave my iron plugged in, and sometimes they've got a holder like that where you put them onto there. I mean, absolutely, you can still do that. I mean, the little feet will still come out. If I turn it around there, you'll see. The little feet will still come out, but they're not giving you any benefit if you're putting it on a rack like that. What you want to do is leave it where it is. And if you're doing the little and often bits, like splitting seams open or, pressing to the dark side, as some people do, that's when this really comes into its own, because it's there and it's ready all of the time.
That was clever.
It's just all of the time, look. It's just there and it's ready. So if you've got little bits, you can keep bringing those little bits over, then the next bit, and then away, and then coming back with the next seam.
So if you're doing as you go as well, if you've got a big quilt, you're thinking, well, I haven't got enough room. You could technically leave the iron on your quilt, and as you go, you want to cut threads off.
Absolutely.
Leave your iron on,
so
cut your
if I get to there, I think, oh, hang on a second, I've got this bit and that bit that I need to take care of. I can take care of that, not worry about the iron, and then when I'm ready, I come back to it.
And you go back time and time again. £40 today on your first of 3 interest-free flexible payments. 161232. We're doing a little experiment.
Well, I'm going to go and plug the other iron in then, so I can facilitate this experiment. Could you do some numbers?
I'll do numbers. I'll do numbers. 161232 is your item number for this. £40 today, and £40 in a month's time, and then £40 in a month of that, and then it's all paid for. All paid for. But it will be yours after your first interest-free flexible payment is what I'm getting. So you'll get these for Christmas. So there are no more of those big baskets anymore of ironing. You could also use this. It's £40 before Christmas. That's all it is. Right then, here we go.
2 irons.
2 irons. Down
let's go do the counter.
Right, let's go and do...
Oh, hang on, that one's set lower. I'm going to put them both on their maximum.
Are we sure
so it's even. Yeah. Okay, ready? Got to do them together. Oh, that one's already gone. Go!
Let's go and watch this. We're ridiculously busy for the irons. We thought we'd do them away. We've left the irons still down. Nothing's been tampered with. They are still over there.
And they have been down for 1 minute and 30 seconds currently.
1 minute and 30 seconds. We're just going to show you that they're all still
Haven't
down.
touched them.
We're not going to touch them. They are going to stay like that until we go back to them. There are a few other things.
We're figuring that it's about the time for a phone call. Us chatting
one
up
of them
and down
nuisance
here.
phone calls. One of them nuisance.
You're calling me a nuisance?
No.
Are you a nuisance?
What would it mean? We're on 12 by 12.
So these are paper pads which have a grid on in inches that you can use to design your paper pieces on, and you'll see they're like the kind of graph paper you had at school, but they're for designing quilt blocks. So you've got your 4-inch block there, you've got your 8-inch block there, or your big 12-inch block, and obviously you can cut one that's everything in between. So you can, before you go ahead and cut things out, plan out what you want to do. So really, really handy, a nice tool for kind of going off-piste a little.
So if you've got them, so more or less for them little bit of off-cuts, you don't know what to do with...
Yes, you can plan it out before you go ahead and cut them. And then you've got a template to work off for putting it together.
And for £9.99, you are getting both. You are getting both of these for £12 and £9.90. I'm so excited I am about this iron. 634471 is your item number. £9.99 is what you are doing. We're moving down. Let's have a little cheeky check.
Okay.
These are nice.
These are like rotary cutters, but these are for your straight lines. So these are no good if you want to go around corners, but these are perfect for your straight lines. So the way that it works is there's a little notch at the top here, and at the minute that's set to lock.
Okay.
There you go. I don't know if you can see the letters there. There you go. Lock. So if I turn that to work.
Oh, to work.
There you go. You just see that? I just need a little bit of shadow on it so you can see it. There you go. Work. And then that activates the blade on the bottom. So you put your fabric down. I won't push this now because there's no cutting mat here. But what you actually do is you push that down and slide it along. Activates the blade so you can cut your fabric. Let me just put that back to lock so there's no accidents. And then this is the 27.5-inch version.
Is a nice one.
So obviously 24-inch would be your normal, but you've got a little bit extra top and bottom, so you get your full 24-inch cut on there.
So depending on what you when you would go for, personally I would go for the larger one because then it covers, sort of covers both ends, doesn't it? Rather than buying two of the little ones, go for your large one and you can do all your sort of measurement. £36.99, 278493 is your item number for these. Moving on. Oh.
Yeah, we're going to play with these tomorrow. This is the Jelly Monster template. Now it looks quite kind of scary and complex in the first instance, but what it does is it allows you to cut all of these different shapes. So if you have a quick look at there, that's kind of going to give you an idea of all the different bits and pieces that can cut, and then the instructions on the back of all the different ways you can do that.
So you can get so much out of these.
Absolutely. And these are all designed to work with your jelly rolls. So if you've got bits of jelly rolls left over and you're not sure what to do with them,
this would be ideal.
This is a great template to use with that.
£10.99, 513164. Jelly pointer next.
So same principle, it's designed to...
Jelly pointer. No.
Is this a real nursery rhyme or one you've just made up? It's Peter Pointer, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Okay, I'm just moving on. I'm just going to ignore him and crack on.
Most people do.
So this one does exactly the same. This one more works with your stars and your pentagons as well. So really, really nice one to be able to use with, again, those leftover bits that you've got from your jelly rolls.
So once again, really do work. You know, you've always got them little bits that you don't know what to do with. You think, well, what shall I do with them? These are the perfect way to start using them up. £10.99, 339286 is your item. Twisted Square.
This is the Twisted Square template. I'm going to show you the back because I think this illustrates it much better. Can you see at the back there where it's got that almost kind of clamshell effect? That's what you're going to get from combining these. So you can see there's another one on the other side there that gives you a much better idea of how it kind of comes together when it's finished. A really, really nice one. A slightly different way and a slightly more advanced way for working, because obviously when you put these two pieces together, there's going to be a hill and a valley, so you have to work this one slightly differently.
Okay.
Because when you put those pieces face to face, one side's going to be sticking out like that, and one side's going to be coming in like that one. So we'll work that one tomorrow when we have a little more time.
What I would suggest to do, though, is get them now so you can sit back and relax tomorrow. Pop them in with your iron as well. You get these on 3 flexible payments. It's well worth it. Moving on, though, your pinwheel.
So this is the pinwheel template, and if you have a look, again, the backs of these are so good because they gave you so many ideas, but then they kind of really break it down for you as well. Okay. So it shows you how you sew your 4 blocks together initially, up the top there, and then once you've got them sewn together, you can use the pinwheel template, and that's what the holes are for. The holes are to give you different kind of effects when you use your pinwheel, because that'll be different points where you put your centre on.
All these will be explained in more details tomorrow, but we thought we'd show you them because some of you are going for them already. 355082 is your item number. £10.99 is what you're paying. There are more on the website.
I just like to make you nervous, Adam.
We'll go back to the irons.
Oh, okay.
We're going to go check on the irons.
Check on the irons.
It's been about 8 minutes we've left these irons down for now. We're just going to wait.
Small chat on the phone.
Small chat on the phone. Little one wanted the toilet. You had to run downstairs. That was always a to-do in our house.
Okay.
That's a mission in itself.
All right.
Or a little chat. The dog wanted to go outside.
Okay.
Right then, what are we doing?
So 8 minutes later, this has now turned itself off. Obviously, there's residual heat in there, but the light's gone off. It's turned itself off completely. This one has not. And
oh my!
Yeah, and half the time it's the sticky bits on the bottom still. If
aspirin.
there's no, it's not aspirin. It's got to be paracetamol apparently, from Elaine, John next door's friend Elaine. I kind of want it to be a neighbour.
John the neighbour.
Yeah.
We'll call her John's
Yeah,
neighbour.
John's neighbour.
So as you can see, obviously you're not getting this one.
Just
Where our other iron's been, you can't see a thing.
here is where the other iron was.
But
Nothing.
look,
That dirty mark was not from the iron. That was from me.
but look where your shop-bought iron, your regular iron, has left that march. That quilt you've spent 4 months doing, the finest of hand
And
detail.
it's often not intentional either. It will be literally you're kind of doing something and then you've just thought, or there's a pan boiling over, the kettle's doing something. It can be anything that just distracts you for that minute.
Look.
And months of work can turn out like that.
And how do you hide that? It's one of them shapes you can't really hide it.
No.
It's not a square. You can't just cut it out and put another panel in.
No, you can't.
You've got a full iron shape, and people are going to know that's an iron.
The thing is, if you hit lucky, which I have done in the past, you can kind of cut 4 out and replace it. But if you don't and it's right in the middle, you're done.
Scuppered.
Yes, you are scuppered.
You are scuppered.
You are
and once again, that
scuppered.
was a genuine test. We didn't touch them. We left them as they were.
We did have Matt, the floor manager, just making sure there was
Standing
no
by.
fire. But that's...
He had a little hat on, a hose over his shoulder, just in case. We've gone lower.
I have. Well, for me, that's a better height. We had it higher, but for me, this is a better height. So this one, this is a quilt as you go piece, and you can see it's got a little bit of batting or wadding underneath. And again, that's absolutely fine. If you want to keep the iron in one place, you can absolutely do that. You just need to keep your hand on the handle, because when you remove your hand from the handle, it lifts up. Now, I don't know if you can see, but there is a little light on the top there. You just see it's green at the minute to say it's at the right temperature. That light goes red if it's heating up, and that light goes off completely if the iron shuts itself down over that 8 minute kind of period when, we go and have a one leader.
But then, coming back to that, so we went away for about 8 minutes. We were going down looking at all the templates and the cutters. We came back, we took your normal iron off, and then we took the one that you were going to get home. You can get this home. And we took that off.
Is it because you don't know how to say the name?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought it might be. It's Oliso.
Oh, is it Oliso?
Oliso.
Oh, that's easier than I thought.
Okay.
Okay. So, you can get these
I
irons
kind of
home.
noticed you'd been dodging it. And I'm thinking, does he not know how to say it?
And no one's sitting in my ear
Oliso.
either, so I thought if they don't say it in my ear, they don't know how to say it either, so I thought I'll just keep
Just
quiet.
like a parrot, isn't it? They just say things and you
repeat
just
what I say.
repeat them.
They could have called it anything. But once again, the heat-up time on this was ridiculously
It's really, really quick. Yeah, it's a, steam. It's a 2,000 watt iron and it heats up really, really quickly. Why are you laughing?
Because you just ruined my TV magic that I sort of just gloss over when I can't pronounce names.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay, they don't want me. So, let's
What
go
is
to
it now?
Alicio?
Oliso.
Aliso?
Oliso.
I'm going to call her Alyssa.
Okay.
So, you can get yours home as well. So it's got...
If you have another child, you can name it Oliso. After an iron.
Alysso. And it doesn't really go with Malcolm. Now... So we've got...
Is that your surname?
No.
Oh, okay.
My other child. So we've got... we've got a cushion of air it floats on.
I am so confused.
It floats on a cushion of air because you've got that constant steam. If you want it, you can turn the constant steam off. You've also got those self-rising feet, so the minute you take your hand off the handle, it will self-rise itself, which also means you're never going to burn any of your garments again. You've got anti-slip on there as well, which means that iron is going nowhere. So if little ones are running around...
So if you are doing it on a hill or something, the people do extreme ironing.
This...
Bob on.
You and your Aliso. You're
just going to
away.
keep saying it now, aren't you?
At least I know I can
Have
say.
I got you tomorrow?
No, it's the only one I'm doing. You and your Oliso could be going anywhere you want to. So you've got that anti-slip feature. You've got the 5 centimetre mouth on there as well, which will take everything that you need, because your standard iron has only got about a centimetre. That's it, look, barely a centimetre.
It's also the height of the clearance as well. This one's got much more height. So you can see this is obviously a quilt. It's you've got a couple of layers with your binding and edging, and then you've got your batting and your couple of layers of fabric as well. So to get all of that in, with that one I'm struggling with the Oliso, I can, if I get started off, there you go.
Straight in.
Straight in.
And also remember as well, those electric feet, you can see it lifting up there. You can turn them off if you want as well. So if you want to use it as a regular iron, you can use it as a conventional iron if you want as well.
Turn them off, so now when I'm taking my hand off, it's staying down.
Everything you need in an iron and much, much more. £119
now I've got sticky mark on here. Stupid iron.
Pence. Or 3 flexible payments of £40 today. That's before Christmas, and then don't worry. Do not worry until the 8th of January when we'll take the next payment, and then February we'll take the 3rd and final payment. And then the iron is yours, but it gets better. After that first £40, we will send this iron to you. We'll send it to you today so you can be using this for all your crafting needs. If you are into crafting needs, though, you are going to need some beautiful scissors, and we have these as well. Now, we don't have many of these scissors left. We only have a few, but for £13.49, you can get these, and they're a bit like secateurs scissors, is what they're like. 325647 is your item number. We've also got a rotary cutter on the show as well. Now, this is
special. Do you remember? I
like this one.
Yeah, this one.
Rotary cutter, you can see on the sort of the bottom of the screen there. You can use it as a normal rotary cutter.
Yeah, kind of push down and push forward. You can use it as it stands there, where it's kind of underneath, the blade is underneath the handle, so you're requiring a lot less effort to push down because the weight's already there. And you can also, at the bottom picture, you can see it's on an angle, so if you're cutting curves and corners, it's really, really handy for that as well.
It really is. £23.49, 917150. Matilda fabric roll next. This is nice.
So these are the charm. That's the charm pack. The fabric roll is in exactly the same colours, so that's why we're kind of having a look at both of them. We'll put one on the top, one on the side, it'll be fine. This is the Lazy Days collection by Tilda.
Okay.
So we've fanned them all out beautifully. The ones that come in the roll that I have here, they are exactly the same colours. It's just we've kind of fanned those out so you can see them a bit more easily.
So the roll is on the bottom of the screen now, and the charm pack is down the side, just here, down on the left-hand side. Okay, so the roll's on the bottom of the screen, which is
and Tilda do beautiful collections of fabric, and you're getting I think it's 40 pieces in here. There's 2 of each, 20 different designs. You better not mess those up. It took me ages to get them like that. Just get hands off. And in this one you're getting, is it 30 different ones? 30 pieces. There you go.
We'll put that details on the screen.
I did a really good job today.
That was good.
Yes.
I was
you can look
admiring your
gently.
work. Look with your eyes, not with your fingers.
Yes.
One of them.
Yes, I'm afraid.
541490 is your item number. £33.99.
We have a nice time, really, though,
we
don't
do.
we?
I love working with you.
Is that because you have to say that?
I wouldn't say it at all if I didn't.
Okay.
I do love working with you. You're funny. You're good. And you know what you're talking about.
Sometimes.
And you can pronounce the words. The big words on the screen.
Can't do the numbers, though.
Can't do the
not done the course for the numbers.
Oh, no, that was 6 weeks I had to take this before I did that.
To read
6 weeks to do the numbers, read the numbers. Right then, we've got Fat Quarters next, though.
Yes, this is the cottage collection.
So, you're not getting all of these.
Tilda. It's pick and mix any
3. Pick any 3 for £9.99. So you get 1 fat quarter, but you can have any 3. So it's 1 in the pack.
So it's 3 fat quarters.
But
it's
3
1 in the
fat
pack.
quarters.
Okay, I'm with you now.
You only get a single one. There's only 1 fat quarter there, but you can pick any 3 of these designs for £9.99.
What I will say is these are obviously pre-packaged, so if you do order multiples, it will come as 3 pre-cut fat quarters. You will not get it as a continuous piece of fabric.
So you are buying fat quarters, so don't think, oh, I'll have 3 of them, it'll be on one long thing, I can do a big project with it. You won't be able to.
They will be 3
come as
separate fat quarters. Yeah.
But there's some beautiful, stunning designs in there as well. This one is very high street.
Oh.
Do you know the high street I'm thinking of?
No. Can I have more clues?
Like a little kitten.
Okay.
Cat's name.
Okay.
It's very on trend at the moment. Same with this one as well on the top. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful fat quarters, and for only £9.99, it's a ridiculous price. 521527 is your item number. Now, if you want a bit of light bedtime reading,
well, the books I know are Tilda books as well, so they all coordinate beautifully with the fabric.
So everything in there, look, 50 fat quarter toys, what you can make out of fat quarters you've got there for £16.99. So that'd be perfect, someone who's just starting, even just for yourself and you don't know what to do with them bits of fabric. Look, 4 quarters in 4 multi, oh, you get little small owls as well, they're nice. Freedom as well, become a Freedom member. There's a beautiful, I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag.
Do it.
There's a little event coming, starting very, very soon. Very soon.
About?
Freedom.
Oh.
And they let a lot of discounts.
Have they?
I saw the email today.
Okay.
I only read bits because it was all in pictures, so it's easier to read. But really do become a Freedom member. I'm just letting you in for a little hint.
So this I haven't touched. We were chatting, we went for a wander, we came back, I've left the iron on. It's because we weren't 8 minutes this time. I'm trying not to hold the handle so you
hard, isn't it?
So you can see the iron itself is still on because it's still green there. Now, if it had been 8 minutes, that would have turned itself off. That would be clear. Yeah. Because it wouldn't be on.
It wouldn't be on.
But then if I want to pick up where I left off, it is simply down and away we go. And I will show you the quilt where it has been. Let me just pop that out of the way. No scotching! No scotcho!
You can really see. I like that little.
Okay. Get catchphrase for this. No scotcho!
No scotcho! Oh, you've got little sound effects and all sorts of Mexican hats.
I've got a cowboy hat. I've not got a Mexican hat.
We'll work on it. We've got all day tomorrow. So £40 is what you're paying today, and 3 interest-free flexible payments. I think the penny's slowly dropping.
That's the wrong iron.
You don't want that iron?
Whoa, no, I don't.
Remember as well, you've also got that the fill cap that you've got. Oh no, have you?
Yes, you have. It's put a sticky mark on it.
Oh, look, just here. That was the demonstration we did earlier with the. Oh, now that's going to be there. It's going to be itchy. It's going to be scratchy. And that's what could happen when you get it home. So you spent hours doing a quilt. You go to your iron. For all you know, your little one, your husband could have got his football shirt. I give that a quick iron on a Saturday. Give his iron. Oh, it's on the bottom of mine. Don't worry about it. You go and pick it up. Put it on your quilt. And now you're like, Hayley. Peed over a table.
I'm trying to get the gluey bits off.
It's not. It won't come out. That's
it. Okay, let's put that away. Thanks, Adam.
Well, no, I'm just saying that. But this is what you.
Well, this is why you've got it though, because that wouldn't happen.
Luckily,
this
you only
is
did
like
a little
that
bit.
because it's been sitting there. It's been sitting on. It's way too hot, and it's got the previous accident on the base of it. That's exactly the mistake I made when I picked that up and put it on there.
Where with this one, you've got those self-rising feet, so the feet will raise up off your material straight away. You won't get the burniness on there.
The self-rising feet, that's the main feature of the iron. It's to the touch. You don't need to put any pressure on there at all. Hours of fun.
For an hour.
Hours of fun. I'm not touching it. I'm not touching it. Sorry, I'm going to leave it alone. You've got that 360-degree swivel on the cord, which usually it either goes kind of up and down like the old ones, or it doesn't move at all. It's just a solid, rigid fixed one. You've got that extra long cable, which is about twice the distance of your normal cables. 10.8 feet.
Sounds good.
I think, or 10 feet 8 inches. It's big. That's all I know. It's more than 2 of me. That's all we need.
More than 2.
Yes. That's the international measurement of me.
More than 2 of Hayley's.
Yeah, it's more than 2 Hayleys.
108 inch. 108 inch cord.
Is that 2 of me? How tall am I? I'm just under 5 foot. I'm not going to say 4 foot.
You've got a 5 foot mouth, 5 foot, 5
You've got the 5 centimetre kind of mouth in there to be able to do turn-ups, pockets, to get, you know, you wouldn't really want to do a quilt like that because there's nothing underneath it. So it's more for kind of dressmaking purposes, that, but it's been designed with sewers in mind, and it's the biggest innovation in ironing technology for about 30 odd years.
I like
You've got that side fill spout, so you're not kind of struggling holding it up. You've got a really nice straightforward filling option there, and the size of the spout is the same size as the funnel there, so you can literally pull it into the funnel and it will pour it into the funnel rather than pull it. Pour it into the funnel and it will fill up easily, and you've got a huge amount of capacity for steam there.
You really have.
I mean, that's nowhere near how much it will take. You can vertical steam with it as well. Oh! you can turn that off completely, so you can have no steam at all. You can have, there are 3 different levels of steam, and also you've got the water as well. There you go. You've got the option to put the water through as well.
We have indeed. With the feet on the bottom as well. So like you can see the air holes on there. So if you go to your normal iron, they'll either all be at the very top, at the tip, or they'll all be around the outside.
Yeah. See on this one here, they're all around the steam will mainly, I don't know, let's see if we can do it.
I don't think there's water in it.
No, there's no water in it.
Oh, there
you go. You can see with this one. See how they're all coming just out that top bit? And then with this one, if we were going to vertical steam, they're coming out from everywhere. So that's going to give you a much better, much more even finished result.
So from the original iron, you get that of steam, where this one it's more of it's gentle, but it also gives you everything you need. We've got it's warm.
Have you just taken this off?
We're sort of standing there with nothing on it.
It's very creased. It's absolutely.
It is, but look how it irons.
I'm not. That was me doing not a very good job. But there you go.
So over the logos.
Yep.
Over the branding, those little things that you normally have to turn inside out, or you have to put your tea towel over.
Sorry, I've not got much ironing board. Thanks.
I'll move. I'll move my stuff.
I know what's going to happen here is we're going to have everybody bringing things in tomorrow.
You've got a laundry basket full at home.
Well, we've just done 2 loads of washing before I came out.
Well, there you go. Guess what you're going to be seeing tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen.
Everybody's ironing. It's coming in tomorrow.
I've got a lovely Christmas shirt you could do for tomorrow.
Okay.
But look at the iron.
My ironing is not great, I will say, but look how many creases that, and that's done front and back in one go.
So it's gone through 2 layers. I wonder how many layers it will go through and the steam will penetrate through.
I don't know.
I'll give it a go in the
We'll try that. We'll try that tomorrow. Well, actually, I've got some cotton that's.
I reckon it will go through.
I mean, this is a jersey. The jersey will iron more easily than the cotton.
Yeah.
Because the jersey is. It's got an element of stretch to it, so that the weave's slightly different. The cotton creases like nobody's business, especially if it's a poplin. But that's a quilting cotton. So if you pass me the quilting cotton one, that blooming iron, that other iron, has put sticky bits everywhere. Okay, so let's go for 4 layers. So that's folded in 4 at the minute. So we're creased on the front, and we're creased on the back. Let's see what we can do. I mean, it is a very powerful iron. It is a 2,000 watt iron.
It is.
So that's definitely got them out the front. Let me just do this whole section that's on the ironing board.
This is purely just the heat that we're using, so there's no steam on this.
I've got the steam turned off at the minute on this. If you did have the steam on, that would penetrate through further, and that would do more layers. Let's go and have a little look.
Look at that.
Right the way through, and that's 4 layers. But the beauty of this is more to do with the kind of this. This is its party piece, and this is why you would need it. Because if you're doing a lot of quilting and you're doing seam after seam after seam, or you're pressing fabric before you want to use it, or you are doing, you know, mountains and mountains of ironing, the fact that you can do that and it not scorch and just walk away and leave it, means that you are not doing this all the time. And it's that action, it's that kind of wrist action and that shoulder and elbow action that if you have mobility problems, this takes all of that away.
Well, with that as well, with the action that you keep putting it on its end, it's also unsafe.
Well, that's where,
you trip over the cord, trip over the cable.
That's why they all put these on now. Because if you've got an old iron, I guarantee that is the place that it will go, and it is from doing that all the time.
Constantly lifting and the bending. But obviously, if it's on its end, it's got less stability because you've only got that small triangle at the end of your iron holding all that weight and the water. You trip over the cable, the iron's going to come flying as well. And remember, most irons haven't got that auto turn off. Where this, if you go out the room for longer than 8 minutes, this will turn itself off, and it will also raise up off your garment as well. You never have to do that funny feeling when you're sitting in the car, you're sitting in traffic lights going, did I leave the iron on?
I was talking to Ted, who's Rowan Dean, and he says the number of times he's turned a taxi round for...
To go and check.
To go and check the iron's been on. Because if you are a soft crafter, you are using the iron a lot of the time. You'll be using it to press either seams open, you'll be using it to press fabric before you use it, you'll be using it to press finished projects, you'll be using it to, if you do dressmaking, to press all sorts of bits and pieces as you go, because press as you go is always the very best option if you're sewing.
It really, really is, and there are so many elements, but as I said, the main element with this, the main element is that also rise feature that you've got. So no more keep lifting with your hands. That, you know, that constantly, I'll do a little bit there, pick it back up, put it back down again. I'll do a little bit more, pick it up, put it back down again. For £40 today on 3 of your interest-free flexible payments, you can get this iron home and try it. 161232 is your item number. Okay, 3 flexible payments you've got on this, and it does go, and it's not heavy. You think that's another iron. It might be another iron, but it's an iron that will last you and work with you.
I mean, there's a 2-year warranty on this. Think about if you go to the shop and if you do a lot of quilting and sewing, you want a decent iron. Now, if you go to the shop and you buy a kind of mid-level iron, like the one that we've got here, you're looking about £30 to £40. And as soon as you've done that, and you can't get it off, it's ruined. And you've only got that steam coming out that very tip, whereas with the one that we've got here, the Oliso iron, you've got steam coming out of absolutely everywhere.
Really have. So it does, as I keep saying, it glides on that cushion of air as well. So it doesn't chug along, it glides along your materials.
Actually, I've never tried it with fabric there for its non-slip. Oh yes,
look at that.
Look at that, look. So if you are doing extreme ironing, then that's an excellent option as well.
But because if you look at the feet as well, it's remarkable how it does that, because the feet on it, you've got that small one in the centre, the black one, then you've got the large yellow foot at the
side. Because it's like a tripod, 3 is always more stable than kind of 4, because if it gets rocky, then it'll be because there's 4 legs. And if you've been on chairs, you'll know this.
True.
If you've got 3 points, it seems to be always more stable than 4. And that's exactly what it's gone for. It's got that big one at the bottom, which has got kind of 2 big sides, and then that nice stable kind of span in between to create a really, really stable base to it. And then up at the top, you've got that one. If I just take my hand off it, there you go. You've got the one at the top, which is providing that nice solid point on the front. And again, if you look at the steam coming out of that, you can see it's coming from everywhere. It's not just coming from that little kind of tip point. It's coming from all of those holes, which means you're getting a much better penetration of steam, which means you're ironing quicker and you're ironing more effectively.
And remember, you can also turn the steam feature on as well, so it means the steam feature will cut out when you release your hand off the handle. The minute you put your hand back on the handle, that steam function will also kick back in as well. 161232 is your item number. 10% of the stock of this has already gone, and this is its first live hour. £40 today on 3 interest-free flexible payments. If I was you, just go and look at your iron now. Is it all black from the bottom? Is that the iron you use day in, day out for all your crafting needs? Has it got the timer on? Is it one of them that you plug in and you just worry constantly? This could be the iron for you. The easiest thing to do is show you more features is have a little look at this VT. Sorry about it. Yes.
Sorry, the wires were all wrong.
So, this is a time-limited offer. Once it's gone, and the price will go back up in less than 24. Will it be the stock, or will it be the clock? One-day specials so far have been selling out very, very quick. 161232 is your item number 3. Interest-free flexible payments of £40, which means anything else you pop into your basket will also be split onto 3 interest-free payments as well. So, Hayley, we've got about a minute to go.
Well, we need more wrinkling. I'm going to have to go and wrinkle some things up for the next hour because I've ironed everything.
I know, and it's really quick and easy to do. For those people that are thinking, I've got an iron, mine's all right, do I need this one? What would you say to those people?
Okay, so I would say this is the biggest development in kind of home ironing in years. I would say the only other thing that comes close is the irons that kind of come with a massive water tank, the big kind of vertical steamers. It's not the same thing. If you're working... Stop! I've just ironed that.
I know, but you need it again.
I'm just scratching it back up. But that's okay, because I can flatten it again. It is one of the biggest developments that there have been in the home iron. Now, the beauty of it is that you are never going to burn anything ever again. So there will be no pieces like this.
Look at that.
That is a thing of the past.
It really is a thing of the past, and it can be a thing of your past as well. 161232 is your item number. Don't go anywhere. There's so much more to shop here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Adam.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Will you?
Yeah. Woohoo! Let's do it again.